whew, we are getting through them. So subroutines is where we then start to make things possibly a little bit smaller in terms of the amount of code that we're writing, and certainly a lot more efficient. So subroutines is something that's been brought into the Cambridge specification in the most recent update, and it's been around in the OCR AQA GCSE computer science specification for some time. So creating a subroutine is all about finding things or finding repeated patterns which you can then place into its own little box. So if you imagine a subroutine, a bit like a box that you can't see inside of, when we call it, we should know what to send into the box and we should know what comes out of it. We don't necessarily need to know what's inside it. So when we're doing this in Python, we start with the keyword of def. And def in this program, it starts for a definition. It is the definition of the subroutine. So we start with this. We also have to give it a meaningful name. You don't have to give it a meaningful name, but I would absolutely 100% recommend it in the exam. You also need to have brackets. Even if you're not passing anything in, you do need to put those brackets in. So in this case, get greeting doesn't take in any data, but it does do something for us. But because it is a subroutine, we identify it using those brackets. If you wanted to send data in, those are our parameters, and then that would go inside those brackets and it would be used like a local variable. So we've got some more keywords at this point. Current hour is a local variable. That means it only exists inside our get greeting function. Remember we said we had our box that we can't see inside. Current hour lives inside that box, and none of the other code that exists around it is able to see the current hour variable. So that's what makes it local. A global variable, on the other hand, is available anywhere in the code. It can be seen, it can be changed, but when you have really, really big pieces of code, using global variables can be a little bit dangerous because you could accidentally change them, and every variable has to have a unique name. So if everything was global, every single variable would need a completely unique name, and you'd end up with massive, massive variable names. If you use a local variable, you can use that same name inside a different subroutine and they won't overwrite each other. So there's lots of benefits to using these. But one thing we do need to know is the difference between a function and a procedure. So functions and procedures are both types of subroutine. Think about subroutine being an umbrella term. So we have a function and we have a procedure. And there is just one difference between the two. So our get greeting creates a variable called the current hour. Then it runs a little if statement, but it does a slightly different thing to the if statements that we've seen in the programs before. In this case, it doesn't print, it uses a particular word called return. And you can see on here, it does this 3 times. It does it in the if statement, so it returns good morning, it returns a good afternoon, or it returns a good evening, depending on the if statement. And a return function basically sends back a value to wherever this particular subroutine was called. And this is the difference between a function and a procedure. A function is able to return a value. A procedure doesn't. So if this is a procedure, those returns would then be a print still. And equally, not a problem to have that. Procedures are really helpful. They're great for things like menus. But return values, so if you need to calculate a value or create a value that you want to use somewhere else in the program, functions are there for that. So in this case, the one that's used in this particular example is a function, because you can see we're using the keyword return. This will also happen in pseudocode. So if you see the word return being used, you know it's a function. If you don't see the word return at all in the whole of the subroutine, then it's going to be a procedure. And that's the only difference between them. There's nothing else. They will look exactly the same. In a lot of programming languages, they're actually set up so instead of using def, they will use the word procedure or function, which does make our lives a lot easier. In Python, we just define it and we look for that keyword. The likelihood of you being asked about the benefits of subroutines is really, really high. In this case, our main program, the first line of code that will run in this particular program, apart from the import at the top, will be the user greetings equals an array. It will completely ignore everything in the subroutines until it's called. So here, one of the benefits of using this is to create reusable blocks of code. This is one of those things where I would suggest that you've got like a little table or some flashcards for knowing the benefits of using subroutines. Try and put down some benefits of using functions and procedures as well. So reusable blocks of code, so you can take repeated things and just put it into one single section. It's also really good for memory management. So any local variables that exist inside a subroutine only exist for the time that that subroutine is actually being run. So at the end, once it's returned one of those values, all of the memory that's needed for that subroutine it's got rid of, it's recycled. And that makes code where we are using our subroutines, our functions and procedures, much, much quicker, makes it far more efficient. And then again, same as I said before, if you have local variable names, you can use the same name twice, which means that you can reuse the same name and you're not having to have really long variable names. You can just make them short and you can make them meaningful. Also, a couple of things in there that we haven't covered is that you can get somebody else to create a function and then you can use it between different developers. If you have added to your program and you use a function or a procedure, you know that it has been pre-written and pre-tested. So once you have tested that your function works, it's easier to debug your program because it's going to be in smaller blocks of code. So there's lots of benefits that you can talk about. And I do know for the GCSE for AQA and also OCR, quite often this would be something that an essay question might be built around.